Hi guys, you made it to the end of Unit 4, which was super fast. There was hardly any lessons that we were going off of, okay? So, as with the other reviews that we've done this semester, I'm not going through and asking very similar questions to what's on your test. I do want to give you a little bit of power in figuring out what the answers are. So this is a general review, okay? I'll go over some problems that have similarities to what is on your test, but yeah, otherwise, let's go ahead and start. So this is all about triangles, right? So there are a few different things that we need to consider when it comes to triangles, okay? One of those are different definitions. So an acute angle, all right, is an angle less than 90 degrees. So it would look something like that. Okay, not always. It could be skinnier or a little fatter. Okay, an obtuse angle, it would be between 90 to 180 degrees, right? So it's over 90. Okay, looks something like that. A right angle is exactly 90 degrees. So, and that looks like this. It looks like a square corner. It also has the little square in the corner. That's one way that we can signify, hey, this is exactly 90 degrees. An isosceles triangle is a triangle with two equal side lengths and two equal angles. Okay, I'll draw it over here. That would look something like this, and then we could use those little tick marks to show that those are the same. A scalene triangle has no equal sides or angles. Okay, so that could look like, I don't know, I'll try my best to draw something like that. Nothing's the same. All with an equilateral triangle, all sides and angles are equal. Okay? And the angles are 60 degrees, right? Because of the triangle angle sum theorem, we know that they have to add up to 180. 180 is divided by 3 is 60. And it would look something like this. And then we could use tick marks like that to show that they're all the same. Okay? So, speaking of the triangle angle sum theorem, I feel like that is such a tongue twister. The three angles that make up a triangle must add up to 180 degrees. That's just something you got to memorize, okay? That is always true. Triangle inequality theorem. The sum of the lengths of any two sides has to be greater than the length of the third side. So if you remember from the last video, we had A plus B must be greater than C. A plus C must be greater than B. And then B plus C must be greater than A. Okay? So, and we can put any numbers in there to solve, all right? Which we will in a little bit, kind of. I have a problem sort of like that. If you have trouble on that, though, go back to that last lesson. All right, here's a big hint for one of the problems on your test. You must know more than just the angle measures of a triangle to create it. So if all you know are the angle measures, you can't really create the triangle because you have to know this at least two of the side lengths, okay, if that's the case. All right, so keep that in mind. Because think about it, if you have an equilateral triangle, well, we know that the angles are 60 degrees. How long are the sides? We have no idea. Okay? Okay, I've got 3 examples for you. All right, with this first one, we're finding x. This is based off of that triangle angle sum theorem. They all have to add up to 180 degrees. So in this case, we would have x plus 60 plus 50, and those all add up to 180. So we'd have x plus 110 equals 180. I can subtract 110 from both sides. So x is equal to 70 degrees. All right, not bad, right? Okay, with number 2, ooh, I don't know if I gave myself enough room. Find x and each angle measure. So if we're going to find x and each angle measure, let's see here. We've got 3x plus 15 plus 7x plus 12. I'm just adding everything together. Plus 4x plus 13. All of that has to add up to 180. Okay, if I combine my like terms, let's see, I've got 3x plus 7x, that's 10x, plus 4x is 14x. And then with my constants, let's see, I've got 15 plus 12, that's 27, plus 13 is 40. So plus 40 equals 180. That started out looking really complicated, and now it's not too bad, right? I'll subtract 40 from both sides. I'm left with 14x equals 140. Divide by 14, divide by 14, x is equal to 10. So that's part of it. We had to find x, but now we also have to find the side length, or I'm sorry, the angle measures, right? So I would need to plug 10 back into these. So let's see, 3 times 10 plus 15, well that's 30 plus 15, that gives me 45 degrees. There's one of them. 7x plus 12, well 7 times 10 plus 12. 7 times 10 is 70, plus 12 is 82 degrees. And then this last one, 4 times 10 plus 13. Well, 4 times 10 is 40, plus 13 gives me 53 degrees. Now I gotta make sure, do these add up to 180? Let's see, we've got, then that's one way that we can check our work. 80 plus 45 plus 53. Adding all of them up. 2 plus 5 is 7 plus 3 is 10. That's a good sign. Got that 0 on the end. And then 1 plus 8 is 9, plus 4 is 13, plus 5 is 18. Phew! All right, so there's your 4 answers on those ones, okay? All right, and number 3, if two sides of a triangle measure 4 and 6, what lengths can the third side be? Okay, so I used this trick in my last video, and they do talk about this in the lesson. So to figure this out, we can do 6 minus 4 is 2, and then 6 plus 4 is 10. So we could say the third side must be between length 2 and 10. If it goes out of those parameters, then it wouldn't work. Okay? So that's how you could figure that out. Add them together and subtract, and then it's got to be between those. Okay? So I hope this helps. If you need extra support, please let me know.